What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well, and yeah, apologies for the late upload, but nothing new to this channel. So as you can see, we have traded up into our fair value gap, reaching the 50% level. Hopefully you've watched yesterday's video. If not, go and watch that now. But it was interesting to see our price wicked right out of it, and the fact that we've made the high, well, we've made this high specifically so quickly on a Monday as well, shows that we're likely going to get a reversal later in the week. So what do I mean by that? So basically, if you watched yesterday's video, you'll remember me saying how I wanted to see the high get made inside of this range. The fact that we've traded into that now with such aggression and came off of it like such suggests to me that we may see a lot of heavy downwards price action moving down into Thursday, and then potentially have a reversal on the Friday with non-farm payroll. Now, first of all, this week is really low probability, so don't take that with a grain of salt. But nonetheless, I would like to see a down close day tomorrow and see us start to trade aggressively lower. So let's take a look at where I'd like to see the high get made. In terms of this wick, we can use that and then look at the 25% level and the 50% level as boundaries for the high to be made. So I'm expecting the high of tomorrow ideally to be made either at the 25% level or 50% level. And then I'd want to see price start to reach right back into the range and start looking at this rejection block level down here to get traded to for sell side liquidity. Now, as we drop down to the lower time frames, it will be a lot clearer. But generally speaking, I'm looking to see if price can respect that 25% level, and then we can see expansion lower. And again, the reason for that is because I wanted to see the high be made in this range. It's happened, right? So there's no reason to expect us not to continue on lower. Nonetheless, let's go to the 4 hour. And you'll see how we came right off that 50% level, again closing below the 25% level of the entire fair value gap. So if we look at the actual fair value gap itself, you can see how price is respecting that 25% level there. This is important because it's showing a level of bearishness, and as soon as we start to leave it, I'd like to start looking for potential shorts to trade down towards this massive fair value gap down here. So first, our target would be this gap, and then depending on how bearish we are going to be, and I believe it will be quite heavily bearish, I'd like to think that we can start running towards this sell side liquidity I drew our attention to. So let's go to the 1 hour, and you'll see how we just made that high, staying in the consolidation. I'm happy for us to rally slightly and make some kind of high on Tuesday, but I want to see lower price action and see us start to head towards this 4 hour swing low right there. So I hope that all makes sense. Let's go to the 15-minute and see if we can identify where potential high could be made. So this level right here, this is a breaker. Y, high, low, higher high, last down close candle. Let's drag that out. So I want to see this act as resistance. If price trades through this, then it's likely we are bullish still and we are going to trade on higher into the fair value gap. However, if we find resistance, which is what I want to see, this will be a nice shorting opportunity on dollar to go into the sell side liquidity, and then a long opportunity on the pairs. So it all depends on time of day as well. So if we're trading into this at a significant time of the day, say 8:30, again, that will line up nicely with our expectations. But that's how I'm looking at price. I just want to see us start to move back on ourselves, basically. Let's now head on to GBP USD. We will start on the daily here as well, and you'll see we traded lower very quickly, trading down into a bullish order block, which I drew our attention to yesterday. So now I'm expecting us to pull back on ourselves and trade above that Monday high. So let's get that Monday high marked out as buy side liquidity. And again, depending on how bullish we are based off the back of news, we may want to go into this level as well. In terms of the low of tomorrow, again, we're looking at the wick. 25% level ideally would be respected. Let's go to the 4 hour, and you'll see how price came down, filled a fair value gap, touched the bullish order block, came straight off of it. We have a fair value gap right here, and on the low time frame we should be able to identify like a breaker, and that's what we have over here. Some mitigation, low, high, higher, low. So we're looking at this high right here as a potential low for pound. And again, if we disrespect it, then I'm simply on the wrong side. It's as simple as that. But ideally, I'd like to think that price can touch it, find support, and then trade on higher and start looking for that Monday high and potentially these highs. Because remember, our overall target is up here. So again, I highly suggest you go and watch yesterday's video. There'll be a lot more context. But yeah, I'll be watching this level very closely to see if we can find support. So that's going to be everything on pound. Let's now head on to Euro USD. We'll start here on the daily as well. Now Euro traded much deeper than we expected and took out a low, which is still a grab off liquidity and has came off of it. So now I'm looking for Euro to return back into its range and ideally start reaching towards this bearish order block. So let's look at the opening off that bearish order block as a potential target. And then again, we're looking at the wicks. Now we have the 25% level and the 50% level. And then as we drop down to the low time frames, we will be able to get a closer look. So let's do that. So that, was that the 50% level? Yeah, this is the 50% level, right. So that 50% level is also the midpoint of this wick as well, which is quite interesting, 25% level, sorry. So let's now go down to the 1 hour and we can see there's a nice bullish order block down here. So now I'm going to be watching this bullish order block to see, okay, can that provide support for price? If that can, and you know, again, time of day, and we get a nice reaction away from it, we can start looking for potential longs to start trying to fill in this range and work our way up towards these beautiful relative equal highs. So that's how I'm moving into tomorrow. It is obviously just a matter of how price treats the levels which I'm expecting. Like if we trade through this, then my theory is wrong and we simply move on. But if we do respect it, if we disrespect it, we move on. But if we do respect it, that can help us hint to us for a nice setup. So that's how I'm moving in. And also, with it being such a low probability week, we need to be going in with low risk. And then finally, what was the last thing I was going to say? They've ran very quick for a Monday with no high impact news. They moved price very quickly. The fact that it done it so quickly is why I'm expecting a retracement quickly as well, because like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to send price higher now for the rest of the week and then at the very end pull it back on itself. So that's why I'm very cautious about how we've made this low and how we're coming off of it so quickly. I think they're trying to get this manipulation in to you know, make non-farm payrolls, send people through the roof. So that's going to be everything, guys. Hope that all makes sense. Don't forget to smash subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.